message.
Okay. We're live. We live, fool.
Oh, we live.
We live.
We live,
Hey,
fool.
hey, hey.
Hi, guys. So, wait, let me make sure. Let me make sure this is going right. Let me make sure. Because, see, last time. Okay, I see us here.
On YouTube?
See, last time.
I saw us on
Yeah.
YouTube the other time.
It's working. I can hear it. I can hear us and everything. It's working. So, hey, y'all, we finally got it right. Third time's the fucking charm. Alrighty, so we are all here again. I named it 3NYC. They don't know that, probably other than I says, but I only named that because it's three of us and we're all from like New York. So there you go, boom. So easy to know, right? Cool. Y'all take
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, and I'm gonna take Queens. There we go. I'll take Queens.
Shout out to Harlem. Shout out to Queens. Shout out to the whole NY. Like
Word,
New York City. I gotta be specific because we don't fuck with the whole New York.
Right, we don't fuck
New York
with
City.
Upstate is kind of trash.
We don't fuck with upstate.
Upstate is very trash, and we'll talk about that on another video.
Pause for the cause. Why do people from upstate really get mad that like we say it's upstate? Like, why do they get so mad?
Because they want to be a part of New York so bad.
Too. So they don't understand. Like that's literally the geographics of it. That's where you located. You located at the top of the state. So why is you mad? I hate that.
Hate it. They hate being called that. Like I went to middle school with a girl, like who she was from Buffalo or whatever, and I used to be like, "Oh, okay, so you from upstate?" And she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't stand when people say it's upstate. I mean, it's all New York. No, it's a difference, bitch.
No,
it's a difference.
It's a difference from New York City and upstate. That's a whole.
It's a whole difference. And when you say to somebody who's not from New York, "I'm from New York," what do they think of? They don't think of no damn Buffalo.
And they talk about no Buffalo, Albany, and no crazy shit. Like
the only motherfuckers they got from Buffalo is I think Griselda. Ain't that what Griselda is from? The rap group. Griselda. Griselda. It's a group. It's like three dudes that rap.
Oh no, I don't know. But
yeah, they're good.
You don't even know them. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them though, right? But those are the only people I know that's from Buffalo. Those are the only niggas I know for real. But anyway, so we're here. Shout out to Cliff Washington. He always watches all my videos and comments, and so shout out to him. Good supporter. So we're gonna start off with the protests and stuff. We kind of talked about it last week, even though y'all didn't see that fucking video. But we are now going into week 1.5. Like it's been a week now, like 7 to 8 days of straight protest or whatever. Like, and yeah. So what y'all think? I mean, I think it says a lot that ever since I'll say like the weekend has gone by, it hasn't been violent. Have you really heard of people fucking shit up since like the last weekend?
Only the cops fucking shit up. That's all I've been hearing.
I'm reading. I got the live comments. I'm on my computer. Cliff Washington. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
You did upstate wrong. But we still love y'all. Don't get it twisted. We still love y'all.
Yo, shout out upstate. I used to live up there.
I mean, shout out to upstate. I went one time for a field trip. Okay, I went to the state capitol. It was beautiful.
Let me just say, I have my personal issues with upstate, Cliff, and we will discuss that on another video. It has nothing to do with you. I just have my own personal issues with upstate, but that'll be discussed in a later video.
That is hilarious. But yeah, I don't think like ever since, like I said, the weekend, everything's been pretty like cool. Like it's been peaceful. Like you said, other than the only thing that's been going on this week is cops fucking up people. Like that's what we've been seeing. Like, has been nobody shout out to Far Rockaway. I'm from Far Rockaway, Beach 97th Street. Okay, Beach 97th Street.
I used to live in
225. Okay.
I used to live in Rosedale. I lived in Rosedale for 2.5 years. Shout out to
man lived in Rosedale.
I used to walk to the mall. What was the name of the mall? Green Acres. I used to walk to Green Acres Mall. That's how close I used to live.
Come on, Green Acres.
They going over there though. I used to live in Jamaica.
Shout out to Far Rockaway. Yes, I am from Brooklyn, but I swear I spent the majority of my time living in New York. I grew up pretty much in Far Rockaway on that damn peninsula. You pause for the cause real fast. Cliff, tell me if I'm wrong. If you coming from, let's say, Nostrand, what you gonna do? You gonna get on that A train and you gonna take your ass all the way to Broadway Channel, get off, catch the motherfucking shuttle, and then guess what? You gonna get your ass up there. Period. I know what it is. Okay, come on. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Rockaway. Shout out to New York in general. All right, we're done standing for New York. We're done.
Right.
But because if you're not from New York, you're probably thoroughly confused right now. So but yeah, so what y'all think about the protests still going on and stuff? Y'all think that's good?
I think it is good for the protests to be going on. I think they need to keep it going because right now it's a whole bunch of changes being made right now. It's a lot of stuff happening and made with the protests happening. So I feel like if they keep going, maybe it'll finally make it to the White House, and maybe we'll really have some real change. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think I'm happy that the looting and the rioting has slowed down. Because I'm all for the protests. I didn't agree with the looting and the rioting in our own neighborhoods.
Right.
You know, don't tear up our shit because when shit is said and done, what do we have? Nothing.
Right.
But I'm all for it. Personally, we need to get that man out of the White House. And I think that's when changes will be made because he doesn't care. He's on the side of the cops and the military and all that extra shit. And he's a racist. So clearly, like, as soon as you got in office, the first thing you wanted to do is build the wall to keep out the Mexicans.
Right.
And now you got a gate around your damn house.
Right.
Like, you have a wall around your house. Shout out to the mayor of DC for putting Black Lives Matter and changing the name of the street to Black Lives Matter Plaza, leading up to the White House.
He's shaking and jabbing. He out making moves. Okay,
that was a black female who did that.
I'm gonna sound extra fat like the fat girl I am, but shout out to Ben and Jerry's too. You saw that shit?
Ben and Jerry's, what the fuck?
First of all, I knew it was the reason why I like Ben and Jerry's. All right.
Okay. Come the fuck through.
I can't have their ice cream because I'm on this diet, but Lord, soon as. That's the only ice cream I bought today. The ice cream is $6.99 in the supermarket. That's a little high, but I don't care. I'm paying that. I'm paying it. They support the cause. I'm gonna support them. Simple as that.
Period. Point blank period. Yeah, I'm here for, like I said, a lot of the stuff that I see now. Like, the main thing I'm happy about is the fact that I see that people, like, we're still protesting, but it's other stuff being done outside of that. Like, there's now legislation. Like, I just seen that a lot of states just recently passed, like, you know, that they can't use like rubber bullets and tear gas and all that stuff, and they're trying to pass that out here. They just introduced the bill for that, and it's like, yes, if y'all see the sizes of these rubber bullets, it's not. For y'all to say it's non-lethal, have y'all seen these people's faces? You see, did y'all see the picture of the guy with his lip completely busted open in the middle?
Oh my god,
that was out here. Oh my gosh, like, it's fucking
rubber bullets. The thing about it is that this is the problem with the rubber bullets. The rubber bullets are supposed to be shot down towards the ground so that they ricochet and then hit you. They're aiming directly at people and hitting people with them like it's a regular gun or a taser. That's the problem.
Exactly.
And I read a post of a guy, he was a police officer for 19 years, and he went off. He went off on Trump. He went off on that police officer. He called him a coward, a piece of shit, a bitch. I was like, oh, wow. Because he was like, I train people. I train hundreds of thousands of people, police officers, on excessive force. He said, once you got that man down on the ground on his stomach and he's handcuffed, he's no longer a threat to you. He can't even get up. So for you to lay on his neck and his back and his legs for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, he said, once you subdue somebody, that's when the excessive force is no longer needed. And this is coming from a white man who was a cop for 19 years. So that's when I said, I was talking to Bay and I was like, they're not trained to do this. He was like, yes, they are. I'm like, no, they're not. They're not trained to
It's
go.
like they're not officially trained to do it, but they're trained in the sense of when they go out on the actual job and they work with other officers who've been there a whole lot longer than them, then they pick up on like the bullshit pretty much it is that they do. We all seen Training Day. Training Day. That's all it is. It's literally just Training Day. You go.
What happened at the end of Training Day? Oh, you motherfucker.
Ain't got shit.
Oh, you motherfucker.
You gonna do this to me? Yep, that's what happened.
But it's like, my thing is this: you got the part that I love about it though is that there's more than normal. Let me not say because it's not ever. There's more than normal white people coming out and standing up for us,
right?
And saying that this is wrong, things need to change, whatever. Using their platform and everything. My thing is this: keep it up. Stop looting, but keep protesting.
Right.
Keep it fuck up until shit changes. Because guess what? Like I was watching another video. He was like, and the girl was like, when showing all these pictures of white people. Oh, when they football team win, they loot in they fucking city and burning shit up. When they football team lose, they. I remember we in Pennsylvania. I remember one time when the Steelers won the Super Bowl and they were setting shit on fire all up and down downtown Pittsburgh.
Let me tell you something. The year that the Steelers and the Penguins won in the same year, their city was on. They literally set this shit on fire. Like downtown Strip District, it was a hot ass mess.
And when y'all do it, it's celebrating your teams. We doing it because we out here dying for no reason. No reason.
Right.
Y'all shot that girl Breonna Taylor. Y'all shot her 8 times. Shot at her 20-something times, I think it was. Hit her 8 times and killed her while she was asleep in her bed. So guess what? Now I sleep with my fucking 9mm because I'm scared. I told my dad, I said, I'm scared to go anywhere because there's no city, there's no state that's safe for us right now. We're all looked at as a threat.
Not at all. Not in any way, shape, or form. Like you said, like this girl was in her bed, sleeping in the comfort of her own home, and she had to die.
Because y'all had a mistaken identity. Y'all kicked in the wrong door. The person who y'all was looking for was already in police custody when y'all did what y'all did. Exactly. So what's the excuse?
I just seen on Baller Alert. I think it was Baller Alert. I seen the cops had stopped like this car and it had 4 black men in it. And come to find out, like, because I think it was like for like suspected robbery or something like that. But come to find out, that wasn't the right car, but they still had them detained. So the people that's across the street that's recording is pretty much like going in on them like, why the fuck do y'all still have them in handcuffs? What is y'all still talking to them for? If y'all just said, we just heard y'all out loud said, it's the wrong car, it's not the right people. Why the hell is y'all still here? And then the white man, he was like, you should have did it on another block. You should have did this shit on another block. But you on this block, I got some shit to fucking say. He was going off, and it's like that's what we need from white people. That's what we need. We need that right there. We need y'all to step.
Did y'all see the interview?
They're not gonna treat us. They're gonna handle y'all completely different. They're gonna handle y'all with kitty gloves versus us.
Did y'all see the interview? It was a white guy. It was for Fox News, and they asked him, "How does he feel about the protest?" And he was like, "Well, every once in a while, there's a protest outside the mayor's house. It's not this big, but it happens very often." And he was pretty much saying how Black people are oppressed, and it needs to stop. He was like, "How would you feel if you were stolen from your country, brought over here?" He said, "On top of that, they built this country for free, and they can't even be free over here. They're looked at as a threat before a white person is looked at as a threat." Like, and that's my thing. White people, y'all go and shoot up schools, and it turns into, oh, he has mental health issues. He had a rough childhood. It's been against us since we fucking got here. Since we were stolen from our country and brought here on a boat. Like, I was watching Whoopi Goldberg. She came at Drew Brees and she was like, just like you said, your father and your grandfather fought in the wars. My father and my grandfather fought in the wars and came back and didn't even have the right to vote.
Right.
So they fought for freedom for a country where they came back and wasn't even free.
Shout out to Muhammad Ali. Shout out to Muhammad Ali. That's why he did not take his black ass over there, because of that right there. He said, I'm not about to go over there and fight some people just so that I can come back to a place that's not gonna even give me those same numbers. You got me fucked up. I'd rather do the jail time. I'd rather do the jail time. Just
I'd rather do the jail time too.
That's just sad.
So what's the point? We're not considered. And I was watching another video where this white girl was arguing with her parents, and she was like, "You can't tell me that it's not wrong." She was exposing her parents, and her parents was like, "Well, they were afforded the same opportunities that we were." No, the fuck we weren't.
You just hear how shook she was at even hearing the stuff that's coming out of her parents' mouth. Like, she was just so shook. She's like, I don't understand. Like, how are you guys this old and y'all don't understand like why they're upset? Like,
and this is the whole point, that the shit is taught. It's a taught behavior. It's not some way that you're not born with this.
You heard the whole time, like, shut up, listen to me. Listen to me.
And you want to know what I think it gets down to? I think which somebody said this, and it's so true. They're like, one of the biggest differences between like the civil rights movement like then and what's going on now is the amount of like younger white people that's starting to step up and starting to really see the bullshit. And I said that, to me, that comes from two things. That comes from, number one, the fact that we have the internet, so you're able to hear all these different people's type of, views, points and stuff like that. But secondly, and I know people would think that this is dumb, but I really think it has a big influence. Hip hop is literally like maybe a couple years ago just like became like the number one like genre in the whole wide world. So you literally have kids, all of these kids that are like 18, 19, 20, 21, they have literally been brought up in hip hop culture, literally. Like, it dominates everything. Like, we're literally atop the charts above any type of like rock and roll, or like even the rock and roll people steal from us. Like, well, everybody steals from us, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, so I think a combination of both of those things together, like, it's a good reason to me why like younger white kids are stepping up now, because it's like, don't nobody got time for that. Like, and we're y'all know what it is.
They're more open to see people as people.
Right. Right. And on top of that, they also probably realize that they don't want to end up on the wrong side of history. Because if you look back now, they looking at their granddaddies and their great grandpappies and all this other shit. They probably could even look at their damn daddy and see, oh, y'all had this completely wrong. And I'm not about to be on that side of history where, somebody could try to say that I did this or I was racist. Nah. Bump me with that shit. So yeah. We also talked about last time, but we're not gonna talk about this time, about the whole thing about the looting and the rioting. But did y'all hear about with Trina?
I didn't hear. I heard
no.
I don't know what she said.
Okay, all right, hold on. I'm gonna play it for you. Hold on.
I heard like one person, I was watching TikTok, somebody on TikTok was like, come on, Trina. Like, they started singing her lyrics and stuff like, come on, this Trina, like.
Big facts. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's see here. Because I was very disappointed, because it's like I had told somebody before, I'm like, I literally did a video a couple months ago pretty much backing her up or whatever, or defending her, because I felt like people was like, I'm gonna say coming for her. People was coming for her, and I just felt like wasn't nobody trying to give her just due. Like, granted, she ain't the biggest like rapper, like, female in the whole wide world, but like, to try to make it seem like she didn't contribute nothing, that's what was pissing me off. And I literally went on a whole tirade going off on her about that. I mean, going off like defending her. Oh, here it goes. All right.
6 a.m. That's how I feel.
Can you hear it?
No. Keep everybody off the street, these animals off the street that are running around in Miami-Dade County acting like they have escaped from a zoo. Lock them up at 5 p.m. so the streets can be nice and clean. That's how I feel.
But what the streets got to do with the people's lives? You got money.
We're not talking about the lives. We're not talking about money. We're not talking about the lives. We're not talking about that.
You got money.
Yeah.
These people got to go to work. These people been on lockdown.
I've been on lockdown too.
Okay. You've been on lockdown.
I've been on lockdown just like them.
Yeah, these people ain't been working.
Okay. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have jobs. I agree with that.
And they about to lose their mind.
We all about to lose our mind.
And Just because one person.
They run. So today their minds are all back. Everybody's minds is back today good. Because the weekend it was they back good. Okay.
They mind. One day they go get their mind.
To make the curfew.
So, but it'll help.
Oh, okay.
That starts somewhere.
Okay, that's cool.
That starts somewhere.
And that means That means Terrified City.
Ain't nobody tear up no city.
That means tear up. That means run through and tear up our stores and burn down our stuff and breaking our stores and go and tear up Bayside Marketplace and tear up my friend's shop that has a son and the kid to take care of her family. You go demolish the shop for something.
It's always personal with you.
It's definitely personal. It's definitely personal because I feel like at the end of the day,
your friend got insurance.
She got insurance, but she's also been locked down for 60 days. Also like us, and she also don't have money like me. So I don't approve of it. Period.
Okay.
I don't approve of it, period.
I don't either, but
you don't want nobody burning down Sundays, let's be very clear.
But
okay, and you have insurance.
But let me tell you this.
You don't want to be sent back for ribs or collard greens. Let's be very clear. Yeah.
Bring back.
What?
We can't bring back anything. We can't bring back nobody's lives that has been taken away, whether it was from the police or in the hands of another civilian. We cannot bring it back.
So what about?
We cannot bring him back. You cannot pump life back into them at all. I can't bring back my little brother's life. His life was taken by the hands of a man, a black man. I can't bring his life back. So what are you saying? Let's be back. I'm ready today. Today, I'm ready today. I am ready today, Miami. Today is the day. That's what we're talking about. Yes, I'm ready today.
All right. Now, we're not talking about
that. We're talking about it. We're talking about it. We're talking about it. We're talking about it. Y'all always sweep it under the rug and y'all want to make something else. We're going to talk about it all today. Yeah.
We're talking about black lives.
All right. The black lives that matter, right? The same black lives that are taken from the hands of other black people, those matter too, huh? All right.
I wouldn't. Yeah. What I won't do. I would not compare.
You ain't gotta compare it. You ain't gotta compare. I'm living in the life of it. It's no comparison. I feel the same way. It's no exception. A life is a life. Period. A life is a life. No matter how it was taken, whether it's a car accident, whether it was from a police, whether it was from the hands of another black man, a life was taken. Simple.
I gotta get it.
We cannot bring it back.
I am.
You want to be mad at your brother, sis? My sister was killed by a black man. I understand that.
But even
that don't give you the right to call us animals.
Right. Let's think about why black people kill black people though. Okay, like it all. This is what you need to understand. Why do black people kill black people?
I just wrote a whole post about this. I literally just wrote a whole post about people using black on black crime as an example. I mean, as an excuse, because first of all, black on black crime for the most part is only brought up when we say anything about what the fuck y'all do to us. Right. That's the only time it's ever brought up by other people. But this is what I have. I said, I'm going to say this one time and one time only in regards to people who keep bringing up black on black crime. Number one, people harm who is within their proximity. Mm-hmm. So when I say that, I mean white people. If you look at white on white crime, quote unquote, it's the same amount. Do you want to know why? Because of them living in proximity of each other. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, so that's number one. You kill pretty much who's in the proximity of you. That's number one. Number two, I said there's a huge difference. There is no huge difference in the statistics between white on white crime and black on black crime. It's the exact same thing. There's no huge difference. There's no big disparity. Number three, we do not pay the people in our neighborhoods. And when I say that, I mean we pay the police with our tax dollars to protect us, not to fucking kill us. So that's another fucking point. Fourth of all, I said if he is a black man, if black man A kills black man B and he gets caught, he's going to jail. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He's going to jail and he's going to get the book thrown at him. And finally, I said it has absolutely nothing to do with what the fuck we're currently talking about right now. So those are all the reasons why black on black crime, when people say that, y'all can kiss my ass using that as an excuse. I just broke it down for you. Write it down. Don't ask me to fuck it.
Period. Now that's on period. Like she's really crazy. She sound ignorant. She sound really.
That's the same thing Cliff just said. The difference between black on black crime and police killing is we as black people will be held accountable and go to jail. A cop is not held accountable. Exactly. That's the difference.
That's the big difference.
So yeah, we understand you. You know, we understand you lost somebody at the hands of another black man. That is equally as hurtful. We understand, but it's different when the person who killed your brother, they went to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like this is really crazy. I don't understand. I just don't get her.
What we're talking about. And on top of that, you're putting more emphasis and you so much more concerned about your friend's fucking shop, which come to find out it's a white woman that she's so upset about. So not only do you have your nerve to fucking be upset about some material shit, but you got your nerve to be sitting up here crying over a white woman's fucking business.
And like the guy said, I don't know who she was talking to in the video, but like he said, your friend got insurance.
Right. That's what it was. That was Trick.
She can go rebuild.
Exactly. Your friend got insurance. She could be able, just like Target said, we don't care about the products. We don't care about the store being tore up. This man can't bring you. We can't bring this man back to life. So you want to sit here and go on a rant and all this other stuff because your friend's store got tore the hell up. Okay. I understand you mad. I understand. I will feel some type of way if my friend's business got tore up. But just like I said, don't be out here tearing up black businesses, black-owned businesses. Tear their shit the fuck up.
Tear it up.
You can tear your friend got insurance, and her shit can get fixed, and her shit can get replaced. And oh, she don't have money like I do. Well, then you, her friend, help her.
That's where I'm going with it. You complaining about this shit like if you not sitting probably in a beautiful condo in fucking Dade County, Miami, with a whole bunch of money. You have everything at your own disposal. These people that's out here rioting and mad and upset and looting and stuff, they don't really have shit. They gave us a $1,200 check after a whole bunch of they
2 months ago.
You know,
2 months ago.
2 months ago, and like. So you don't even have the right to be sitting here complaining. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you can't go outside and sit pretty in somebody's brunch in a brunch spot or something. That's why you're mad, Trina. Like, what about you?
Or are you mad because Love and Hip Hop can't film right now, so you can't get a check?
Like, you know
what is you really mad about? Like, what is you really mad about? Because you all over the place with your argument.
Right. At the end of the day, this is how I feel about it. Like I told y'all last week about the whole thing with Shekinah crying about the Gucci thing. This is how I look at it the end of the day. What it really gets down to is y'all celebrities do not want to see regular ass people like me, you, or you walking down the street with a Gucci or Chanel or Louis or something like that. Because I just seen that there was a white woman who said, oh, the Chanel bag that I have now isn't even worth anything anymore. I might as well just throw it away because somebody had robbed this other Chanel store that was down the street from her. That's what y'all issue is. Y'all need a reason to feel above people. So it has nothing to do with the fact of, oh, it's these people businesses. Y'all don't want people. You have to feel above somebody. You don't want to see Shaniqua walking down the street with a nice ass Chanel bag like you do. Right. You don't want to see that. And people might not want to admit that, but that's the truth of the truth.
You know what? So also people that's stuck in that stuff, they I mean, if you want to call it like that, they whitewash. You know what I'm saying? These companies here worried about Gucci and Louis and Prada, they're not really even for you.
They don't care. They do not care. Like I said before, they just gave Dapper Dan his credit.
Like they don't
want me to jump up and be happy
now about some fucking Chanel or Gucci bag. Like, bitch, okay, it's bigger than that.
It's bigger than that.
Whoever owned Gucci or the CEO of that company, they sitting chilling on a whole bunch of money, watching you and your people kill and be killed for their product.
Exactly.
You know like they don't care about you. Like,
and at the end of the day, like you said, you need to watch your words as far as calling us animals in the zoo. Like, come on, watch your mouth. You already know.
They're gonna put you in that same fucking category.
Category, sis. You black.
They ain't gonna look at you no differently just because you got a little bit of money. They're gonna look at you just like they look at the rest of us when it comes down to the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so real quick. So speaking of this, because you know seeing how Cliff is from New York, he'll understand this topic. And if who else is watching, y'all should probably seen it on Twitter. So y'all heard about the stuff that happened up in Dykeman?
Oh yes,
yeah.
Oh, my God.
So my thing is, from zero to not zero, how surprised are you?
Not
surprised at all.
Surprised, like not at all. Like.
Listen, now my thing is this: they look at y'all like they look at y'all just like they look at us.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are black. There's Dominicans and Puerto Ricans that's darker than the three of us.
How many times do we have to say the difference? It was just a different stop on a boat. That's it. The boat dropped you off here, and then it dropped us off here. That's the only difference.
That hatred for the darker and that colorism, that shit is deep rooted. especially in the Spanish community, like in the whole Latin community. You know what I'm saying? That shit is deep. Like we been dealing with people. You see people, they don't even own people that's like they disown people that's dark skinned.
Right.
So speak straight up Spanish, straight off the boat, straight out of Dominican Republic. They disown because they not a fair skin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how it's always been.
Like one of the shows that I did kind of sort of appreciate. Well, I don't want to say I appreciate it, but like it, like when I was looking at it, it was like it was making me like realize even more. I'm like, bruh, how can y'all not say that y'all black? If anybody watch Narcos or like any of the Narcos that's on Netflix, if you watch that show, either the first season or the second season, or if you watch like Narcos Mexico, the range of skin tone is the same as it is up here. But you just speak a different language. That's all it is. You're no different. You literally speak Spanish. That's it. Because when you get pulled, I guarantee you get pulled, you look like me, you look like you look like you are a black man. Ain't no Hispanic, especially out here where there's really not that many Hispanic people as is. If you get pulled over, you're automatically getting called a black person, black man, black woman.
Just like us, just the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like
they're not gonna look at you any differently because you look like me.
It's the same damn thing. That didn't even surprise me when I said. I'm like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
A whole war in that area just against each other, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all all black.
And there's already people trying to be up there, white people up there trying to gentrify the fuck out of up there. Exactly, but okay, fine. I seen a little video of a man coming out and apologizing to the other black boys that he yelled at, but it's just like this is a bigger problem. This is a bigger problem.
It's not enough for me.
Yeah.
It's not enough for me. It's not enough for me.
Yeah, because when we're out here saying Black lives, we always say our black and brown people. That's what our.
Can I just say one thing? I'm so sick of the Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter situation, and I've deleted a few people off my Facebook page for making that comment. Because at the end of the day, we're not saying that y'all don't matter. We're saying right now we the ones going through some shit. So we matter. If it was y'all, and that's the thing, we call out everything. That 75-year-old man the police pushed over and bust his head open. Black people was pissed about that shit too. We're just saying it's wrong. The police brutality is wrong, but they target us. You can't. It's just, I just have to get that out. I'm sorry. My mind is all over the place right now, and I'm like getting upset.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Wait, Milla, are you still there? Can you see her?
No, she went black. I don't know if she got a phone call or what.
Maybe. There she go.
Okay, I'm back. I had went out my app. I had got a text.
Oh no. It's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to make sure you wasn't clicked off. But yeah, so that's that. So we're gonna kind of try to move off of that. Let's talk about something a little bit happy before we jump back into something more deep. What y'all want to talk about? Somebody, what shows y'all been watching?
I just rewatched. I just finished rewatching. How to Get Away with Murder.
Don't tell me the last season. Don't tell me the end because I didn't watch the last season yet. Don't tell me.
Damn.
I was watching. Not to take it back. I was watching because I've never watched it before. I've been watching Surviving R. Kelly.
Oh, I didn't even watch it.
I have to watch it in spurts because it's making me sick to my stomach.
Oh yeah, because I remember the first time it came around, I was like, "Did you watch it?" You said, "Nope, I couldn't do it." I cried every single night that came on. Every night I bawled like.
I have an issue with him being the only person prosecuted for this, even though he did it.
Oh,
I have a problem with him being prosecuted.
There were so many people. That damn manager was complicit as hell. Everybody, it was too many people that was complicit.
Everybody knew and nobody said anything.
Nobody said nothing. Y'all disgusting. Y'all trifling. And pause real fast. Everybody wanted to go on talking about where's the Survivor Harvey Weinstein? Guess what? That doc is on the way, and guess what? His ass is already about to go to jail. I just sat up here and I finished watching the Jeffrey Epstein. That man, did you watch that thing on Netflix?
That man is sick.
That man is sick. He is sick. Like, oh my gosh. Like, It's disturbing, and it makes me scared to have a child. I promise you, like it terrifies the shit out of me. Like I was just watching SBU and Olivia, and I was watching the episode. I don't remember what episode it was, but Olivia was pretty much telling her therapist, like, I can't even let Noah out of my sight, like her child. Like I can't even let him out of my sight, like because everybody's just so fucked up. Like I refuse to let him be around anybody but me, and I don't want to be that type of like parent or nothing. But these people here are crazy. You can't trust your.
But the thing about it is, you gotta know. This is my thing. People like that is not something that just randomly happens with them. It just doesn't come somewhere out the blue. This is years of them doing this shit.
Right.
So you gotta know. Like I know in the family who to bring my child around and who not to bring my child around.
We all do. That's the crazy thing. All do.
Due to past experiences with myself, due to experiences I've heard from other people in the family, I know who to bring my child around and who not to bring my child around. It's not safe. It's not safe for them to go outside. It's not safe for them to go to school. It's not safe for them to be around family. And we have to change the Black family stigma of what happens in this house stays in this house. No, what happened in this house, like Madea said, if what happened in this house hurt me, I'm going to tell somebody and I'm going to get help.
That's right.
Because it's not going to change. Like they said, we'll prosecute a Black man for doing something, but we'll protect. We'll not even that. I'm gonna change it. In a Black family, we'll prosecute a gay relative, but we won't say nothing about the funny family member, the funny uncle, the funny aunt, the funny cousin, the funny grandfather, the funny whoever. We won't say nothing. We will protect them. Oh, just don't say nothing. Just hush the. You know how many stories I watch with, like, for example, I watch My 600-Pound Life, right? Because that's my motivation for my diet.
That show. My goodness.
And majority of the stories that I watch, the females are like, I was molested as a child by this person in my family, by that person in my family. And I told my mom, or my mom knew, and she told me not to say anything, or they just watched, or that's not cool, and that's not okay.
That family member come around to all of the gatherings. Watch your family act like ain't nothing happened after what you just told them. Like that shit fuck with your mental. That shit really fuck with people's mental. Like
people don't realize that. Like you're not gonna. I'm sorry. The world gonna know. And you're gonna be prosecuted to the fullest extent. I don't care, because if I don't say nothing, and then I have siblings, and I find out that you did this to my little sister, I feel responsible for that. Not to say that it happened, because it didn't, but like, at what point do we say, like, hey, that's not okay? We'll blacklist a family member for being a thief, but we won't blacklist a family member for molesting a child.
Because you know what, and I feel like it comes from, we don't want to see, because a lot of the times too, a lot of situations, it'd be like the boyfriend of the mom and stuff, you know what I'm saying, or like the husband. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that or want that to be true.
But you cannot love someone more than you love your child. I give zero fuck. I don't have children, but I will go hard for mine. So you understand?
Like, you're supposed to take your child's word. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know that we got some kids that, you know what I'm saying, got some problems. But like, at the end of the day, you're not supposed to play about that with your child. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's messing with their development into a real human being. You're supposed to be working and making sure you developing your child to be a good, decent human being.
And it messes with their trust. So now they go out and they
pause for the cause, though. Just similar to what y'all saying, though. That's why, more than anything, like we had that conversation weeks ago, I had a problem. Most people had a problem with the whole thing with Boosie, because you are purposefully inflicting like lifelong trauma to this child.
End of the day, he a child. Okay, how grown you want?
A child.
He's a child. Like, at the end of the day,
you want to say it
into no child's face. I'm sorry, you just can't do
and
that.
you want to sit here and go in on Dwayne Wade because he's supporting his child. He never said nothing about no sex change. Nothing.
But the way it's always perceived, and that's another problem. You know what I'm saying? The way the trans community, transgender community is even perceived is always something sexual. You know what I'm saying? It's literally being transgender is literally just somebody just wanting to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? But people just over sexualize everything.
All I'm gonna say is watch Pose. That's all I tell people. Watch Pose. Pose can tell you everything. It can tell you more than anything I could ever even put in words. Just watch Pose. Period. But yeah, let's move on to something else. To something not as heavy. Music. What y'all playing? What y'all listening to? What y'all bumping?
You know, I'm still bumping my cousin. You know, Asia Shade, TV titles, my cousins. All right.
Shout them out.
Huh?
I said you better shout them out.
All right, shout out Shady, shout out Ty, you know what I'm saying? The motive. The video shoot is June 12th in New York City if you watching.
Period.
They about to shoot that joint.
Period. I'm listening to, like I said, I'm listening to pretty much the same people I be listening to. I'm listening to Young and May's new mixtape that she came out with. That's dope. You guys listen, do you know Snow Allegra? Y'all should listen to her. She's really good. She's like a Sade. Like she's like an updated version of Sade. She sounds like her. Like she got this video. What is it? Is it Whoa? I think the song she got Whoa. This Michael B. Jordan is in a video with her. That's how I found it.
I do know who you talking about.
Whoa. Yep. I love her. She's amazing. She's awesome. Cool.
Her pictures that she posted to promote the video to put my face on it because you know Michael B. Jordan is my husband. So
okay. Period. I mean it's fine. Okay. All right. Something else fun I just wanted to say real fast is think about it, y'all. What is your favorite 90s black movie?
I don't know if it's the 90s, but
this 90s, early 2000s. So nothing past like 2005.
This might be the 90s, but honestly, hands down, Bebe's Kids is like my number one favorite. Like I could every day, all day. That, you know what I'm saying? Bebe's Kids, like that shit is literally like
my favorite 90s movies is well, I have a few, but one of them that I watch all the time is Eased by You.
Oh yeah.
Wow. I stumbled upon Eased by You by accident, and that's how I watched it. And I was so confused. Mm-hmm. I was like, bitch, because I forgot who's it. Is it Megan Good?
It's
Megan Good. It's Journey Smollett. Jesse Smollett's sister.
Like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
what's going on here? What's going on? Okay, I don't know. My favorite 90s movie, black 90s movie. Oh man, it's probably gonna have to be Friday.
Yeah, that too. Definitely that.
It's probably gonna have to be Friday. It's either Friday or a thin line between love and hate.
Hell yeah, that's used to be
that movie. That movie.
I don't know if it's the 90s either, but the Temptations. Fuck.
Yeah, that's definitely the 90s.
What? Like,
I'm David Ruffin. And y'all the Temptations.
Okay. The 5 Heartbeats.
David Ruffin.
5 Heartbeats. Wait, nights like this, I wish the rain would fall. Come on.
Oh shit! Yeah, oh wait, Players Club. I got no Players Club in there. Players Club definitely a classic.
Oh, I just watched that the other day. I think I watched that last week. Like for the first time in a while.
Mm-hmm.
All right, motherfuckers, get in line. So yes, come through.
Toby, gotta make the money.
I'm on video chat. We doing our weekly video.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You hungry?
Do y'all remember In the House?
That was my show.
Well, LL
Yeah.
That was my show back in the day. My thing is, I really want to have a whole separate video. We're going to have to do a separate video on the shows that were on UPN that was like so good and was just like disrespected the way that they was ended. Girlfriends, 1-on-1.
Yes.
All of Us. The Game. they massacred the game when they moved it to BET. Lord help us.
Yeah,
Like,
they definitely.
BET really used to be that station.
We got to talk about too, like how on national TV, like they used to say nigga. Like I was literally like think about that. Like I remember bumping to songs on BET and shit, and like they didn't black out the word nigga. They didn't black that out. We gotta talk about that.
Damn. Or like remember BET Uncut?
That was my shit.
Wait,
that's the first time I seen the Tip Drill video, and my mother
video. Number one video.
My mother said, "Did he really?" Although I remember, I didn't know my mother was in the next room watching. Oh, did he really just swipe a credit card through her ass? Jesus.
And then for the next maybe couple months, they went on a whole national campaign as to why that was the worst video in the whole wide world. And that's the same reason BET Uncut is no longer on TV, ladies and gentlemen. That one video is the reason we no longer
that shit. Like we used to stay up and wait till the parents would sleep just to watch it.
For real, like, oh my gosh. Shout out to Rhapsody or Rhapsody in the Basement. That don't come on no more.
Park, like
106 and Park. I've always wanted to skip school to go to 106 and Park, and I've never got to do it.
My friends definitely did when I was in high school. I was a good kid, so of course I didn't go because I didn't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
of course. I was the goody two shoes in school too. I ain't never do nothing wrong. Lord help me.
I was definitely the good one in school.
I definitely was the good one in school. For sure.
I was good up until high school.
I think I was all the way up until I got maybe. No, I was good. I wasn't a bad child.
I was bad in high school. I had my fights and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably was worse when I was in elementary, junior high school. But high school, I turned it around. College definitely turned it around. But I just started partying and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts. All right, let's talk about the relationships part of the aspect of this video. So, what's your face? What is your issue? So, where do you want to start? Okay, so we have so many different ways that we can go with this. Oh gosh, do you want to start, Isis? Do you want to lead us into congregation? I mean, lead us into prayer. The doors of the church are open. So let's go. Okay, let's talk about girl code. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
So run off some things real fast that y'all think is like unspoken girl code.
Number one, I'm not hooking up none of my friends with somebody. I'm not hooking up nobody's friend with one of my friend's exes. I'm not doing that. I don't care. I don't care how long y'all haven't been together. I don't care if y'all ended comical or whatever that word is. I don't care. I'm not doing it.
That's a no.
And I'm not doing it.
Number two, you shouldn't even be in contact with your friends' exes at all. Like
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that because a lot of my friends' exes are Bay's friends' exes, so we're friends too. So I can't fully agree with that.
It's different if you're friends already.
But if we're not friends and you break up with bro, I probably didn't know him anyway.
Right. I don't have nothing to do with you. If our only friendship was through my friend,
exactly. Yeah.
I shouldn't have that friendship ended.
Yeah.
Y'all ended. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not your friend. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
right. And I accidentally ran into that problem a while ago, you know, and yeah, it's not a fun time. It's not a fun time. It's not a fun situation at all to be in. Lord knows, have mercy. I mean, I've never hooked up like one of my friends with my exes, but I'm just talking about the relationship and the friendship that you have with like your significant other friends and stuff like that, and how that'll come back and that'll bite you in your ass sometimes. Mm-hmm. But another thing, let me say, I'm trying to think. What was something else that would be girl code? Something that you just shouldn't do.
You shouldn't try to get with your friend's ex yourself.
Right, that's a fact.
That's beyond that. You know, I was gonna say that said, but certain things people just don't, you know.
That's
You
just
have to say certain things because some people don't think. Some people think that that's okay. Well, they broke up and he was in my inbox and he was trying to shoot his shot and I liked him and I'm the one who hooked him up and no one like that Usher song.
I never even thought that that was cool when I was in like middle school. When I was in middle school, there was
right.
a group of girls. They all dated the same guy. Like every other week, each one of them was just dating him. And it was like weird because it's like, so now like y'all are all hanging out and this week he's with this girl and next week he's with your friend and next week he's with your friend after that. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Oh, like I
What
can't.
were you bad wenches out here doing? Like, what's wrong with y'all out here? Y'all out here doing the absolute most.
What you call that? Eskimo sisters. They over here all
Yeah.
dude. Like that's just no. You don't do that. Like I'm sorry. I can't deal with nobody my friends was dealing with. Like I'm sorry. That's not. I don't care. I don't even. I don't care in my inbox.
Right.
That shit getting black deleted. First of all, I'm hitting homegirl up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my home. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the type of time I'm on. But like at the end of the day, no, like you just don't.
And also, if I, as your friend, if you know I am interested in somebody, don't try to stick your toe in that pond too.
Oh my God.
I've seen that happen more than a couple fucking times.
A lot too. I seen that happen a lot.
Like trifling. Wait, I had some things written down, Isis, about before. About what we were supposed to talk about. Okay, checking each other. That's what I have written down.
Okay.
What
you talking about? You talking about in relationships or friendships?
Friendships.
Friendship. Okay.
I was gonna say both, but we could start with friendships and then we can go to relationships.
No, because in a relationship, you check me in private. You support me in public and check me in private. End the story.
That's how I feel too.
That's how it should be.
That's how it should be. So in friendship,
unless you wait, hold on. Unless you know how to do it, because I'll be in the ship like, listen here, motherfucker, stop playing with me.
Okay.
I'll mommy the fuck out of you. I'll black mother the fuck.
Come here.
Stop playing with me.
Okay.
Stop playing with me. I will pinch you so quick you won't even know I pinched you until you feel the pain 5 minutes later. Stop playing with me. We're not gonna do this in public. We're not gonna show our asses in public. My mother's favorite line was, "Wait till we get in the house."
Right.
And she kept her word because we'll get in the house and she'd be like, go put your stuff away, and then busting your fucking door with the belt and tear that ass up. Didn't I tell you not to embarrass me in the street? I remember my mother beat me one time because we was in Barnes and Nobles for 5 hours and I was ready to go. And she said, wait till we get home. And then I was like, trying to be a little attitude. She took me right in that Barnes and Noble's bathroom, tore my ass up. I didn't want to go home at that point because I knew when we got home it was gonna be part 2, and then she was gonna tell my stepfather, and then she was gonna call my grandma. You already beat me. Like, what more can you possibly do?
But in friendships, I feel like everybody should be able to check each other because, and I just had this conversation with one of my other friends, like, if I can't, the part of me being your friend is that I'm supposed to be, I care about you, but I'm also supposed to be unbiased in a way.
Right.
I don't really have like no technical, other than me being your friend, I don't really have like no blood ties to you or some like mental connection that I can't, technically cut off. So when I'm friends with somebody, when you're friends with somebody, I believe that you should be able to come to them and tell them that they're wrong. Of course, always in a respectful way, but I don't feel like you are genuinely friends with someone if you can't come to them or vice versa, or if they can't come to you and say, hey, I think, you can do better in this area, or I seen this and it made me feel some type of way. If you can't come to your friend and say that without it being an issue, then there's a problem.
That's a fact.
That's how I feel like you should always be able to check your friends.
Because
in a respectful way, of course. Respectful, but
you gotta be comfortable enough. If that's your friend, you're supposed to be comfortable with your friends to talk about anything. You know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't, right? You shouldn't have no problem. Yo, Isis, I don't like how you said that, this, that, and the third. We should be, and we all adults too. You know what I'm saying? No, you can. No, like, you know, we should all be adults. Like, we all adults, so we should all be able to be like, yo, my bad. I ain't mean it like that. Let's have this conversation. You know what I'm saying? It should be equal. You know what I'm saying? It should all be the same way I should be able to come to you. My friend should be able to come to me too without having no issue. You know what
And it's like, don't take it so personally. I'm not telling you this to hurt you or harm you or make you feel some type of way. I'm telling you because as my friend, this is something that you do that I have an issue with.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm forewarning you that if it continues to happen, the relationship is going to end.
Right.
The friendship is going to end. And, you know, it's going to start off with me side-eyeing you like, all right. And then it's going to turn into, all right, so I've told you my issues with you. It's either I see you working on it, so I'm gonna give you a pass because you're gonna have slip ups, you're gonna have mistakes, or it's just you just completely disregard what I said and it's still continuing to happen. And I can't be your friend because at the end of the day, I have to protect me, friend or not.
Right.
So if you're gonna continue to do this and it's gonna be an issue with me, some things I can look past. Some things is just like, all right, now, bitch. Now you fucking with me, and it's gonna get to a point where it's like you either cut off or I'm gonna whoop your ass. Those are the two.
And also, like the older that I get, the more I'm becoming like of an energy person. Now I'm not like the type of person like who do like the crystals and stuff, but I am very big on energy and the type of energy I have surrounding me. Like no fucking shade. Like I ain't even trying to put my own business out there, but like I didn't even fuck with my own parents for a long time simply because of the energy I wanted around me. When I mean I didn't fuck with them, I meant like I just didn't really need to be around them a lot. Still communicate, talk, but I'm very, very particular about the energy that I have around me. That's why, like, I really don't even like people coming over to my house. And it's nothing that personally against anybody. It's just like I feel like in my house, I can control the energy that's within this house. And people with bad energy, they can always bring that shit in your house and leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's just the way that I feel personally. I feel like people with bad energy. What you said?
So you got to protect your own energy.
Right. And I just feel like like she said, I can't be around people who I feel like I'm not able to be open and honest with, because anybody who knows me and my family or my friends know I am a like straightforward person. I don't have no problems telling you exactly what it is that I said, how I feel. I'm gonna get straight to the point. There's no beating around the bush here. This is how I feel. This is what I said. If I said something wrong, like she said, I'm probably one of the quickest people to apologize for something because I never want to hurt anybody that I like care about or know like their feelings or anything like that. So if I can't be around people that I feel like either have my best interests at heart or I feel like I can be honest with them and they be honest around me, that's the type of energy I don't want to be around. I don't like that type of shit. Like I said, I'm not big on crystals and shit, but I'm very big on energy. That shit will really follow you around, and it's everybody know like you can feel when somebody come into the room and it feel heavy. It just feel heavy.
Yep.
Or the opposite, somebody can come into a room and for some reason now everything feel all light and jovial and shit. So yeah, I'm the
like you said, I'm big on energy too, and I'm big on my own mental health.
Right. Me too.
Because certain friendships can also fuck with your mental health in a good way and in a bad way. And if I feel I'm the type of person, y'all know me, I got a big heart. And I'm a very forgiving person. And I believe in second chance, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 10th chances when it comes to certain things. And if you're my friend and I love you, because I don't really have friends, I have sisters. I have nieces, I have cousins. You turn into family eventually if we're that close. Not everybody, but there's a handful of people, you know, us three, and we have some other people that we hang out with that we're real close with that have turned into family. If you're doing something and and that's when it goes back to, you know, you got to change it. And I'm warning you because at some point you're fucking with my mental. Because you're making me think, because I always second guess myself, like maybe it's just me, maybe I'm taking things too personally, maybe I need to just, you know, and then at the same time, like, you know, accept people for who they are. Some people are not going to change, but in the same aspect, that's when I have to make the decision whether or not I have to cut you off.
Right.
Because I have to protect my own mental health. People don't realize things when sometimes I know for me, when I tell people certain things that they do that bothers me, it's ultimately a trigger. for PTSD or things that I've been through in the past, and I'm asking you to change it because you're fucking with me.
Mm-hmm.
Or like with the checking each other. If you with your significant other and you do something in front of me that I don't necessarily agree with, I'm going to say something to you about it.
Right.
Do not do that shit in front of me because I'm gonna say something, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to be friends anymore because you're not gonna turn it. I don't want to take it there, but we have friends that have done this before. Jalissa, you've known, you've seen it, you've been around it, and it's like it's not okay, it's not cool. That goes back to check me in private and support me in public.
Mm-hmm.
You won't if we and me and Babe in public, people won't know that we beefing. But
Mm-hmm.
the minute we get in that car, I'ma lay into that nigga like it like
That's
it's
the
a black mother and I had to leave work to come pick you up from school because you don't know how to fucking act. I'ma lay into that ass. But you wouldn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been plenty of times me and Baden gone at it in the car. I mean, screaming at the top of our fucking lungs. But we got the windows rolled up, we got music playing, and people think we having a normal fucking conversation. It's nobody's business. But don't do that shit in front of me because I'm gonna say something to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to talk quickly about fighting fair.
Yes.
And when I mean fighting fair, that's exactly what I mean. People are going to get into arguments, and that's in a relationship and friendships. People are always going to get into arguments. It's normally going to happen. Even if it's not arguments, it's going to be disagreements. But I feel like, at least for me personally, the way that you handle what, like, when it, like how we are when we at odds, to me tells me everything.
Right. That's
and,
the type I am.
And I feel like when you're friends with somebody, when you're in a relationship with somebody, I feel like when you're in a relationship with somebody, like you have to learn to not cross the line. And the only reason I say that is because your emotions is way more higher when you're like in a relationship with somebody versus like a friendship. It could still be emotional, but it's just a different type of emotion. Me personally, I can honestly say I've never like really crossed the line as far as arguing in my actual relationship, but I know people that have, and I'm not even upset as to why, because with it, when you're in a relationship and things is upset and things is heavy, everything's high. But regardless, across the board, I feel like there's a certain way that you should be able to, like I said, quote unquote, fight with each other. Nobody should be hitting below the belt, and everybody knows what to each individual person would be hitting below the belt.
I know what line not to cross in my relationship.
Right.
It's
in
like,
all my relationships across the board.
I feel like it's a even if you do like you said, if you do cross the line, right? It's how you move after too. Like you know what I'm saying? If you just blatantly don't care, you're gonna keep crossing the line, then that's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Habitual line steppers.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you cross the line and then like you apologize about it, you make sure it don't happen again, you even working towards it not happening again,
I
then
can
I feel
forgive that.
like that could be forgiven because I see the effort. You know what I'm saying? But it's another thing to just be violent or like straight up just toxic and just always like just coming at me. You know what I'm saying? Just that's not right. That's friendship.
Every time we have a conversation, it's just the attitude, and it's just like my thing is this. I try my best, and I know I've done it before. I've done it to Jalissa. I've done it, and I've apologized for it where I'm mad at one thing, and I take it out on that person, and that's not fair. And I immediately, I immediately apologize. I immediately, take ownership, and that's a part of it too. You got to take ownership for your part in the situation. I have friends that they broke up, and my female friend is like, "Oh no, he did this and he did that and he did this and he did that," and it's like, sis, I've been around. It wasn't just all him. Own your part and I'm big, real big on ownership. Own your part of it. And I always say, if you can apologize to me, that's me. That's my understanding that you took ownership for what you did wrong, and you understand you did wrong. And I understand you're gonna make mistakes. It can happen again. It's not that you hit below the belt and you're not gonna do it again. Because when you in the heat of that argument, your intent is to make that person feel the way you made them feel. That's why there's a difference between an argument, a debate, and a conversation. Cliff, bye, Cliff. Bye, Cliff.
I can't because if I go off,
said, a lot of women don't know how to fight fair in a relationship. That's why I'm glad I had sisters I grew up with, because I know how to defend against it.
Okay.
We could, and then I'm gonna agree and disagree, because I grew up with my uncles, so, and I grew up with my stepdad and my dad and men in my family, so we will hit, and it's more, and more times than not, I can say women, we hit below the belt. But men, y'all fail to realize y'all do some foul ass shit that takes us to, because women, as women, will take and take and take and take and take till we get to a point where we snap. Y'all don't realize how much we really do.
Yeah, like
and so men literally they not even built to feel as much as women feel. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But look, like it's hard, but like
below the belt, because I'm hurting. I'm hurt.
Yeah. Like as far as like accountability is concerned, like I don't know if y'all watch Insecure or anything like that, but the last episode of Insecure that they just did was, to me, the definition of accountability on both sides. Because if you don't know, whatever, Issa Rae, whatever, you know, that's who she plays. She plays Issa on the show, and she dated a guy named Lawrence. Issa, on the very first season of the show, cheated on Lawrence. She cheated on him with some guy that she used to know from back in the day. He found out, they ended up breaking up or whatever the case may be. Now, this episode was the first time that they pretty much been able to like kind of like sit down and talk to each other since they had broke up. And the best part about that whole scene is that there was accountability on both sides. Like Issa was able to say, I was wrong for cheating. I should have never did that to you. Like that was completely wrong. But the reason why I did that is because I felt like I wasn't being paid attention to. You wasn't working for a whole year, and nothing that I could do could motivate you. There was times where I was driving around I was driving around because I didn't even want to come home. And him on his side, you know, he had to take pretty much accountability for what he was not doing. You know what I mean? He's like, I wasn't being attentive. I wasn't trying to do my best. I wasn't trying to do any of that.
He said, y'all need to talk show on daytime TV. Y'all keep it more real than the real. I like this.
Thank you so much. Tell us what else y'all want us to talk about, if y'all want us to talk about anything. But like I said, I like that whole scene simply because of the fact that it was accountability on both sides. She took accountability in the fact that she cheated, but he took accountability in the fact that, you know, I wasn't doing everything it was that I was supposed to do. And that's how I feel about in any relationship, friendships or regular relationships. Everybody has to be accountable for their part in whatever the situation is. Even if your accountability was, I wasn't listening as much as, you know, I should have, or I didn't pay attention, or I didn't recognize. What's wrong with your face?
Cliff, I have to disagree with you again. And he said, you allow men to do this, the BS. Whose fault is that? I tell my daughter, don't grow up to let a man keep doing something you don't like, because it becomes a cycle. Granted, it does become a cycle.
It does.
And granted, women can be blinded by love, but men need to be taught certain things aren't okay too.
That's a fact. Men gotta be,
and that's point blank, period.
And shown how to treat people too. You know what I'm saying? They definitely out here. They get kudos for fucking the most bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
when we being taught to you know, fall in love, get married, have children, be a good wife, be a good this, be a good that. Y'all taught to sleep with as many women as you can. You get brownie points for that, and that goes with the double standard. Because if I do it, I'm a hoe.
Yeah. And
so that's
like,
wrong.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree to a degree that, you know, it is like it. Well, first of all, it is a cycle. Period. It is a cycle, but you have to understand where that cycle comes from and how it's not necessarily easy for every single person to break that cycle. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things that go to it. Mental things, financial things, cultural things, you know, like there's some women, they might grow up in a household where they have a father or they have a mother that's telling them to be a strong, independent Black woman. And yeah, that's what you need to do. But then you have some other women who grew up in a household where their mom pretty much stayed at home all day and the father is the one who went to work. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's how it is that they grew up. As far as like, you know, getting treated bad, unfortunately, a lot of times people are going to emulate what they see growing up. And that's where the cycle. The cycle does need to be broken, but I don't think that it's fair to to point a finger or to say that somebody is wrong because of the circumstance that they grew up in. Not everybody grew up in a loving home. Not everybody grew up with a father that was able to tell them, look, you don't have to put up with a man talking to you like that. You don't have to deal with that. Some women grew up in a household where that's how their mother got money in the crib.
So, and Cliff, I hope that you telling your daughter this, I hope that you're setting the example too.
That's a fact.
You think about that part of it. It's not all our fault because, like Jalissa said, sometimes that's people are raised a certain way, but the example that they're setting, and then we're told, do as I say, not as I do. No, I'm gonna emulate. I'm gonna listen to what you say, but I'm gonna also reflect what you do. So when you're saying it's at the end of the day, it's about accountability.
Right.
Your daughter might be in a relationship where her man do everything for her, and she do for herself too, and she love that person. And it's little thing. I'm not saying you got to stay in a relationship where you're being abused, where you're being neglected, and things like that. And at the end of the day, you always got to look at it like people change. Even in my relationship, I've been with my boyfriend since I was 17. I'm 30. He is not the same person he was at 17. He's not the same person he was at 25. He's not the same person he was last year, and neither am I. People change. Things can get better. And you have to experience some certain things in a relationship. You have to experience it to know what you like and what you don't like, what you're going to tolerate and what you're not going to tolerate. Because just because we had a bad day today or we had a bad week this week, don't take away from the fact that we had a great week last week, a great month last month, and we're going to have a great day tomorrow. We're going to have a great day last week. When you're in a relationship, everything ain't going to go your way. And in a sense, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but in a sense, it's teaching your child, don't tolerate nothing. And that could ultimately make them end up alone.
Here's the thing, too. It's only so much you could teach, too. Like, I can't teach if I have a daughter, I can't teach my daughter who to like.
Exactly. I can't teach her who to love.
Or who to love, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and at the end of the day, too, it's that accountability thing, too, because even if, you know what I'm saying, you dealing with somebody and you just keep being in that cycle, that other person who's hurting you, they know good and well what they're doing is wrong. They need to take accountability and be willing to change. It is up to us to see and be like, listen, he ain't willing to change. Maybe I should move on. But then it's another thing to keep going through the same thing and the same thing again. You could have all of the money. You could change the whole circumstance for a dude. You know what I'm saying? The dude could be an ain't shit nigga, ain't working, ain't doing nothing. He cheat on you. A dude could be rich.
Right.
Thank you.
Got a house.
Thank you.
Got the kids. You know what I'm saying? He cheat on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you don't. It's
and
so,
I think I'm sorry. Speaking to what Aaron just said, like I said, I think at least once you become an adult and you're old enough, you have to understand that when you're coming into a relationship, both people are bringing baggage.
Exactly.
And you have to be willing to take on that person's baggage as well as they take on yours. And some people come with like 7 bags, and some people are okay with taking on those 7 bags. But then you got somebody else who might come with 2 bags. Everybody's baggage is different. And it's up to you as a person, you as the individual person to decide what it is that you want to deal with. Like Isa said before, tolerance level. You know how we all have a different tolerance as far as pain is concerned. Like everybody's tolerance as far as pain is concerned. I think that's the same when it comes to relationships. What you might be able to deal with, I'm not even trying to like but I say this, but my sister, who's a couple years younger than me, the stuff that she puts up in with her relationship, it's different than what I put up with mine. It's different, but I'm not gonna sit up here.
It's different than what I put up in my relationship.
As long as nobody's putting her hands on her, as long as nobody is mentally abusing her, outside of those 2 things, like physically and mentally, she's not being abused. As far as regular relationship problems. I'm not the type of person to come in and tell somebody what it is that they should and should not be dealing with, because that is on them. And like I said before, I don't know what that person do for you once that argument is over. I don't know what happens when you guys lay your head down together at night. I don't know what happens in the morning time when he comes and he picks you up and takes you to and from work. I don't know what that man does for you outside of the argument that you're telling me about or the argument that I hear about.
or what you do for that man. And like Aaron said, he said, like, if you come into a relationship blind and your partner's deaf, y'all can build off each other's strength, but you still can't fully understand sight and they won't fully understand hearing. Exactly. I can't, me and my boyfriend grew up on two different sides of the tracks in the same neighborhood. It's crazy. We was raised two different ways, but I build off of him. He builds off of me. The whole point, not the whole point, but it's we supposed to build each other up in this relationship. And just because I tell him all the time, you're human. You're gonna make mistakes. It depends on depending on the mistakes is what I can forgive you for, because I can forgive a lot and I can look past a lot, and I have faith in you that you're gonna be greater than what you were. At 17, we made a lot of mistakes. Not just him, me too. We made a lot of mistakes. We was kids. And Jalissa knows the transition from going into a teenage relationship to an adult relationship, it was real tough, and we had a lot of struggles. We had a lot of issues. But
I'm just now plateauing. I am just now.
Hello.
I'm just
hello.
I'm just.
But we have to have that. We have to have that understanding and that communication. And I tell people, before you jump into a serious relationship with somebody, get to know that person. Date that person. Even when you're in a relationship, you still got to date that person, because the older we get, the more and more we change and the more and more we evolve. Right. And my job is to keep him on his toes, and his job is to keep me on my toes. I'm going to motivate him just like he motivates me. I'm going to push him just as he pushes me. Right. And Cliff, my parents gave me great advice when I was younger too. Don't stay in something that's not good for you and not healthy for you, and you don't like it or whatever. But I cannot sit here and judge somebody based on how they were raised. Like I said, we was raised on two different sides of the tracks. His parents was older, my parents was younger, so it was different. Things that I was raised in, and also I'm the oldest, he's the second youngest. It's a lot of things that take into play and take into effect when it comes to a relationship. I'm not going to sit here and fault that man for his mistakes. Right. Am I going to sit there and talk to him about it? Yeah, listen, I have an issue with this, and this. What's your issues with me? Okay, this, and this. All right, we're going to work it out. We're going to figure it out.
Let me say this also. I am not trying to say that, I'm not trying to blame anything on how people grew up, because me and Isis always have this conversation about how it's not actually good to use that as an excuse. I'm the first person to say that, but I can't sit up here and try to make it seem like it's not a factor. I'm not saying it's the only factor, but what I'm saying is that it's part of it. And maybe, again, like Isis said, maybe I'm looking at this from a Jada point of view, because I've been with the person that I've been with since I was a teenager. So the way that I look at it, I'm thinking about it straight from like childhood to you being a teenager, and then that's when I'm with you. So again, it could just be like me looking at it from that perspective versus being an adult. But you can't, I'm sorry, if you go to any psychologist, they will tell you that it starts with your childhood. Any and everything in your life starts with your childhood. No, it is not an excuse. Absolutely not an excuse. It's not any of that to act the way it is that you act. That's a problem currently that me and Isis have with a couple of people that we know, is that where you come from is not an excuse. However, it is a factor. Those are two different things. An excuse and a factor are two different things. Factors is one of many different reasons. One of many different reasons, not just the only one. Just like how the friends that you have as you grow up is a factor. The things that you watch on TV as you grow up is a factor. The people in your family is a factor. I'm talking about one thing versus the totality. So I'm not saying that one itty bitty thing is why, people do what they do in relationships, but facts. Go to a therapist like I do. That's a fact. Like it starts with.
And he said, so Cliff, you're saying what I'm saying is a man will do what you allow. I agree and I disagree.
I agree.
I agree and I disagree. A man will do what you allow him to do. He will. But at the same time, a man is going to do what he wants to do, regardless of how you feel about it or whatever. Y'all think y'all can get away with shit and it's supposed to be okay. And it's y'all come up with excuses for the bullshit that y'all fucking do sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. But at the end of the day, you know right from wrong.
Right, because
regardless. You know if you go and you've been with this girl for X amount of time and you go and you cheat on her, you know that's wrong. But the excuse that I've heard from men is, oh well, it wasn't no emotional attachment, it was just a quick fuck, da 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 da. So y'all try to justify the things that y'all do, and it's wrong. You know it's wrong. You know right from wrong. You're an adult at the end of the day, regardless of anything. So I'm sorry.
So yeah, but outside of that, also want to kind of talk about real quick that how much longer y'all got?
I got all night.
But I'm good.
It's tomorrow Sunday. I'm off.
Okay. There is a bomb in Gilead. Okay. So yeah. So also, I would like to talk about real fast. I'm trying to think which way I should go with this. I'm trying to think which way I should go with this. Let's take an intermission round. While I think that over, let's take an intermission round. Back in, what was your favorite trend as a kid or a teenager, like fashion trend?
Oh,
like, for instance, mine was the Chinese slipper sex bracelet era.
I wasn't allowed to wear them bracelets because, like I said, I had young parents and they knew what them bracelets meant. I wish you would come in the house with that bracelet. Right. I'm gonna pop that bracelet and then pop you.
I didn't wear that in the house. I didn't wear it. And actually, you know how naive my mama is. Love her to death, but you know how naive my mama is.
I love that woman to death.
Blue pack, whole blue pack. And when she found out what that was, she was like, rain it over. Rain it smooth the hell over. Oh my gosh. What was y'all allowed to wear? Jersey dress? Did you have a jersey dress? Anybody have a jersey dress?
Jersey dress.
I never had one. I wanted one. I never had one.
Well, see, I was kind of tomboyish as a growing up. I didn't like wearing, like, my mother has a picture of me and my sister, and this is back when, they used to take us to Sears to get our pictures done.
Come on.
And I refused to smile. I smiled at one picture, and that's because the lady gave me a stuffed. She promised to give me a stuffed animal, and then she didn't give it to me, and she got dirty looks for the rest of the day because you lied to me. You should have did that. But my mother said you were so upset from the time I put you in that dress until I took you home and took you out of it. I didn't like wearing dresses. I didn't like wearing skirts. Not till I got around like high school age. Yep. But I was the type. I put on a jersey, some jeans, and some Air Force One, some all white Nikes. Those was my favorite. All white Nikes or all black Nikes. I had a Celtics jersey, a Knicks jersey. I wore jerseys. I dressed like a boy. I was comfortable wearing pants versus wearing a skirt.
Yep, my mother used to dress me in the boy section. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I wanted to. That wasn't necessarily my style inside, but I had to because that's how my mother dressed me. She dressed me like and I recently found out it was because, you know what I'm saying, I was a little developed when I was young. And so she my body and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, but like I was, my mother used to shop right when she went shopping for me and my brothers. We all got the same stuff. My mother bought me the same jeans that she was buying my brothers.
Yeah.
The jerseys. That's all I wore. If you look at my pictures, like in regular clothes, if I was outside of uniform from my school, I was in jerseys, fucking turtleneck shirts, jeans, sneakers.
Yeah.
Or jersey, basketball jerseys. Like I was
too. Like when I was growing up, that's exactly how I was dressed. Big ass Mecca shirts. Yep. Like literally for like my 7th birthday, there's a picture of me. Like I went to the roller skating ring. Shout out to I never knew that's a good roller skating song. But yeah, that was on. And it's a picture of me being in the middle of a roller skating ring, and I'm like this, bruh. I had a big ass yellow Mecca shirt on, these huge ass fucking jeans, and these Timbs that was as big as my head. Like it was fucking ridiculous. And it wasn't like you said until I got a little bit older. And even now, I don't really dress like girly. I don't think I dress really good. I just think I
dress comfortable. My boyfriend told me I dress like an old woman.
I dress comfortable, but I definitely watching Project Runway talking about that him is a no. That him is a hell no. That's how I be watching Project Runway though. Like I know what the fuck it is that I'm talking about.
I don't know. Growing up, my mother she had me and my sister until we got older, and I have other siblings. But my mom, she dressed us as. One thing I can say with the new generation and the generation I grew up, we were dressed like children.
Yeah, back.
Let me pull up my prom picture because. The prom pictures that y'all little kids got today, I want to redo. It looked like a set 11 hip hop. I want a freaking redo. I want a redo. It's not fair.
Even down to the hairstyles. I wore ponytails for years.
I wasn't allowed to wear weave. The first time I wore weave was when I was in 12th grade going to prom. I wasn't even like, unless it was like braided weave, I wasn't allowed to wear weave.
Yeah.
I was in high school. My mother started letting me wear weave. That's a fact.
My mother would put
till high school for real.
My mother would put braided extensions in our hair when we was little because my mom really couldn't do hair. So my aunt did hair. So she would let our aunt like put the extensions like twist or box braids or things like that. So it would be easier to just get up, wash up, get dressed, go to school. I don't have to take 20, and I was tender-headed real bad. I still am to a certain extent. So it was just easier for her. I don't knock it, but a weave ponytail, no. And like weaves and stuff like that, I was in high school when I got my first. No, I'm lying. I was in junior high school for graduation. Is the first time I got a weave, and it was in my hair for all of a week.
Let me tell you,
and that was it.
Can y'all see? Wait. This is how simple we was. Simple. That's not the very end. You see how simple this shit is? It's that simple. Super simple. Wasn't nobody out here trying to be nobody loving hip hop. Very simple. Very simple. Like, what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? This is not loving hip. Hold on. I feel a rant coming in my spirit and I have to let it out. This is not love. Let me say something. Let me say something. Let these kids be kids at the end of the day. This is not Loving Hip Hop Atlanta. This is not Married at Medicine. Bitch, this ain't even Bad Girls Club. And y'all got y'all nerve to send y'all daughters out here looking like they a smooth 20, 21 years old. And I'm not even trying to be funny here, but you want to know half the problem with your 15, 16, 17-year-olds out here walking looking like they're grown, and then y'all have attitude when a 21-year-old come and try to fucking talk to them. Put your kids in their fucking place. Let these kids be kids. Let these young girls be girls. Let these young men be men. But I'm specifically talking about the young girls because the way that y'all let them dress now is fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. When I was younger, 12-year-olds looked like 12-year-olds. They didn't look like they was already 17, 18 years old. Contouring, all of this damn makeup, all of this motherfucking weave and Arrogant Tay and Ari and all of y'all motherfuckers sitting up here painting these little girls' faces like they're grown. They're children. They're children. They're children. They're fucking children at the end of the day. They are children.
Like growing up, I wore them Swisher suits. You know them Swisher sweatsuits?
The windbreaker suits.
The windbreaker suits.
Yo, that was lit. I remember
with the white socks that was crunched up at the bottom and the sneakers. That's how we grew. We wore pull apart pants. You know them things you just rip off and go.
Looking a smooth 20. How you looking a smooth 20, but you're sitting here looking at Wizards at Waverly Place? It doesn't add up. You can't be contouring your face, but then have Dr. McStuffins on the TV. The two don't add up. It just doesn't add up. It's dumb. It makes me
like we was really like we was really about that Disney Channel life. Like your JoJo, they JoJo now versus my JoJo, two different fucking people. Sorry, two different fucking
right now. It's the end of you and me.
And the thing about it too, it needs to stop. Also needs to stop being sexualized. Like stop sexualizing children because like. My little sister, she's a little fashionista. She be getting herself dressed. I be like, you cute. You got on a lot of colors, but you're cute. But it's I hate hearing she's too grown. Sometimes it's like she's too grown for that. No, it's
that's her style.
It's a way to dress your child and make them look like cute and keep up with the trends. Without it being sexualized. Like me personally, my daughter's not wearing a 2-piece bathing suit. That's just me personally. I didn't wear a 2-piece bathing suit growing up as a child. Some people do it to their kids. It's fine. I'm 30.
I'm 25.
You said, how old are you?
How old? I'm 28.
How old are you?
26, 28, 30. It's a disgusting. It just makes me really, really mad. Just because, like I said, let these kids be kids and
And take their ass outside.
Influencer.
Take them the fuck outside. We played outside. All this. Yeah, we had Nintendo. We had Dreamcast. We had PlayStation growing up. We played the fuck outside. Go outside and play.
And ask them how to like to turn double dutch for me real quick. They wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's a shame. Like let me like turn double dutch real quick for me. They wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
Man, I couldn't wait to Nickelodeon's National Outside, like I think Day of Play or some shit like that. And the screen used to be like it just used to be on that one screen all day.
Do y'all remember in elementary school when you had field day? When you had field day, when you spent the entire day outside, from the time they checked your attendance, you was outside for the rest of the day doing activities. They don't do that no more.
The little skateboard thingies. They do little things to do, and you was good. Bring your rope. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't even see people outside double dutching no more. I don't see that. It's sad.
I'm going to Home Depot now that the world is open back. I'm going to Home Depot. I'm going to get me some extension cords. We about to get it popping this summer. I live on a flat street too.
We need the telephone wire. We're gonna have a double dutch day. I'm telling you, we're gonna have it.
Okay. All right. Okay, so this is the final part on the relationships we're going to talk about. I think we talked about this a little bit before, but we're going to talk about it again. Accepting or merging families.
Okay, merging families like with your significant other.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, boundaries.
It gotta be boundaries. It has to be. It just has to be like
mind your motherfucking business, bitch. Right. That's all I'ma fucking say. Mind your motherfucking business. And I'ma say this. I was told by an in-law. I'm not gonna say which one. It was an in-law. Mm-hmm. It was said to me, understand my loyalty is to my brother. Mm-hmm. And my response was, I understand. Mm-hmm. My loyalty is to your brother too. Mm-hmm. I was told, oh, I treat you a certain way so that you know how to deal with these random women in the street. I had to check that. Understand something. You're no threat to me. You're his sister. Mm-hmm. One of his sisters. The relationship that he has with you and his other sisters is first of all, the relationship he has with you and the rest of his sisters is different with each sister. The relationship that he has with me is totally different. The love that he has for me is different than the love that he has for you. I'm not in a competition with you. You're his sister. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I'm big on family. I'm real big on family. Mm-hmm. But you need to know your place.
Right. Know your fucking place. It's one thing to like, I don't butt into nobody relationship. Okay. Mm-hmm. Don't bring that toxic bitch around me don't bring her around me.
Well, your story's a little bit different. You
know what I'm saying? Don't bring it. It's one. I'm sorry, but like,
don't bring that toxic bitch around me.
Bring it around me, because like at the end, because now I'll violate. You know what I'm saying? And I don't give a fuck about your relationship at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they gonna be toxic, make sure it's toxic over there in y'all area. Y'all can argue, fight, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Do what y'all got.
That's your business.
That's your business.
What's her name? Tabitha, because that's your business.
Right. Yes.
Come on, that's your business.
That's your business.
I don't take energy over to the family. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna respect you off the strength of our. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Off the strength that you dealing with somebody in my family.
Pause. I'm gonna respect you to an extent.
To an extent, right?
To an extent, because respect is earned, not given. I'm gonna respect you for the fact that I'm with the person that you're with, but you have to know certain lines and certain boundaries. Boundaries have to be set. Mm-hmm. Stay in your lane. Don't cross the median. You will cross. Exactly. If you go a little too far, I'm gonna have to tell you about yourself. And I'm one of the most respectful people. I can't just Lisa can tell you because I'm with her uncle. I came into this family very respectful. very loving, very caring. I welcome everybody with open arms. I have a great relationship with all the nieces and all the nephews.
Mm-hmm.
Siblings, we've had our issues in the past, but for the most part, we're all cool now.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to put my foot down at certain points and understand. Don't put me in a category with certain people. I'm different.
Chin check a few bitches. That's
Okay.
I did have to chin check a few people. I did have to put a few siblings, like, let them know, like, hey,
and I have follow
this
ups.
right here,
Mm-hmm.
that's your brother, but that's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? I'm not gonna let nothing happen to him. I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm not gonna harm him. But understand,
Got 'em all the time.
but understand, what happens between us is between us. We not gonna see eye to eye every goddamn day. We not gonna be the best of friends every goddamn day. But I love that man with everything in me, and I will go to the end of earth for him. Just like I put up that post on Facebook when I said, and people was like, "Oh, let him be the protector, and you support yourself and the kids or whatever." One, we don't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I'm gonna protect him just as he protects me. I'm not gonna let nothing happen to him, just like he not gonna let nothing happen to me. I'm the voice of reason
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with a black man who's a hardworking man. Don't get me wrong. He works hard. He take care with his business. But when it comes to his siblings, mind your fucking business, bitch. Unless I come to you and I tell you, oh, you need to get your brother before I kill this motherfucker, mind your fucking business.
It's a simple don't come for me unless I send for you. And that's just how I feel about how it should be, period. If I don't come to you and put like this, like you said, Melly, there should be a simple respect across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever, even if I don't give two FUCKs about the person that, let's say, my sibling was with, are you happy? Are you good? Are you safe?
Right.
Like, as long as there's no mental or physical abuse, even if I don't like him, I don't like the way he move, I don't like the way he look, that's not my place. Like, one thing, like I said, I will always give my father that he taught me, matters of the heart, you stay.
Matters of the, that's what he said to me too. He said when it comes to certain things, matters of the heart is matters of the heart. But he will give me some good advice on some things. And some things I gotta be like, listen here, nigga, you don't
Right.
know what the fuck you talking about. Because he said the same thing that Cliff said. Oh, a man is gonna do what you allow him to do. But I've been telling this man what I have an issue with, and he knows that I have a problem with it. So if he continues to do it, it's a fucking problem. But that don't take away my love for him. Is it causing trust issues? Yeah, it's gonna cause some trust issues, but it don't take away from the fact that how I feel about this person. Yeah. And I'm gonna voice my opinion to you, and I'm gonna hope that you heed what I said and make some changes to it. But if you don't, then that's when the relationship needs to end. But it's not physical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
we females, we sensitive, we got feelings, and that's what men need to realize. We have feelings. We have feelings. Y'all got feelings too. Y'all might not be as emotional as we are, but y'all have feelings too. And y'all want us to respect y'all feelings and respect what y'all do and respect what y'all say. But y'all got to do the same thing with us.
Yeah. Also, I was going to say, as far as family is concerned, I also believe in you minding your business as well. Like, as the person in a relationship, do not get involved in family disputes. Don't get involved in family dramas. I'm telling you now, it is a Tyler Perry story waiting to happen.
It's a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face half the time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Y'all know I don't play about my mother. I don't play about my mother.
Mm-hmm.
I've literally done went and fought about my mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? She was dealing with this dude.
Beyonce said that. Beyonce said, "Trust is like a mirror." Her and Lady Gaga said that in a telephone video. He said, "But you can still see the crack in that motherfucker." That's what Lady Gaga said.
Okay,
that right? And that's a fucking fact.
But yeah,
that's
a big slap.
Yeah, and that's what I said. When the damage is done, the damage is done. But it's depending on, can I get past that damage? Can I get past it? And that's a part of forgive and forget. Just because I forgive you don't mean I forget what you did to me. It's always going to be in the back of my mind, because at the end of the day, when men cheat, y'all look at it as, oh, it was just a quick fuck or whatever. It's no emotion attached. But y'all don't fail to realize that psychologically fucks a female up. It's plain and simple. because we start looking at ourselves like, what did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? What did I didn't do? Did I not do enough for this? Did I not do enough for that? And we do a lot.
Pause on that too. Pause on that too. As far as the hurt part, that's the main reason why you should not get your family involved, because when I'm over it and
they're not over it.
They're not over it.
Who's that telephone?
Come on. Stop calling, I don't want to think anymore. But come on, yeah. So whenever you're in a relationship and you tell like I say, you got to be careful what you tell your family, because once y'all two get over it and y'all are friends and everything's cool by y'all again, Big Mom is still in the background. She pissed. She talking shit when Aunt Shirley come over. She talking big shit.
Like Madea said, you done went and told your family members all this shit that this person then did to you, and then y'all make up, and then you at the family reunion wondering why everybody side-eyeing the fuck out of him.
Exactly.
Because they don't remember the family, and it's people too, people in general. They don't remember the good things. They remember the hurt you put them through and the hurt you put that person through. Keep your family out your business.
Come on.
Keep them out your business. My mother don't know everything that go on in my relationship, just as I don't know everything that go on in her relationship. That's not my business.
Sure.
But if I see my mother is hurt or something, yeah, mommy will, I'll tell her some things. She'll tell me something. It's about advice. I will ask my mother a question without telling her my business. In this situation, mommy, what would you do? I asked a random question on Facebook one day, and my aunt was like, do we gotta come up there and cut somebody? Whoa, hold on. It wasn't even about me. It was just a fucking question. Right. So you really got to be careful what you tell your family, because it's not their business.
It's
not their business, because at the end of the day, when you in a relationship with somebody, just know y'all not always gonna see eye to eye. Shit ain't gonna be perfect. It's gonna be days where you be like, there's a lot of days that my boyfriend will be downstairs playing his video games and I'm upstairs in the room minding my fucking business. We're not mad, like right now. Both of us all day long. It's Saturday. I've been upstairs all fucking day. He been downstairs all fucking day. I've been doing what I'm doing. He doing what he doing. When you in a relationship, huh?
That's how my nigga went fishing.
He on that PlayStation. He playing the game. And I don't get mad. I don't get jealous. And if he come and he be like, he came up here a few minutes ago to ask me a question. I muted the conversation that we was having, and I handled what I needed to handle. You still got to take time for yourself. You don't have to spend every single moment you have with that person. You need time for yourself.
To the next topic. Thank you. The fact that in a relationship, people think I'm crazy. People really think that I'm crazy with how much, I don't want to say leeway, but how much I just kind of like let my dude just kind of like be. As far as I'm concerned, I told somebody before, I don't have time to be chasing and worrying behind.
And babysit, I'm not your mother.
No grown ass man. As long as you are respecting me out in these streets, which I mean, I've been with you this long, you ain't disrespecting yet. So I don't have a problem with you going, hanging out with your friends.
He said, yeah, because family don't forget. Trust in the relationship is not telling everything to an extent, because Madea will pour them grits on them real quick. That's right. That's good ball. Get you a good pot with some sturdiness to make you some grits.
Okay, but like I think a lot of people be thinking like that I'm crazy. Like they were like, oh my gosh, like you don't care that like he be out to this time and you this at a time. I don't have time again to be babysitting no grown ass man. At the end of the day, the man that I'm with, he knows what it is that he is and he's not supposed to be doing. He know when he's supposed to call me and when he's supposed to pick up his phone, and I check to make sure that he's okay. But at the end of the day, it's simply about trust. So right now, the past 3 weekends in a row, this nigga, ever since he got his damn fishing rod, has been fishing a whole 45 minutes away up at this damn fucking lake. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. There's plenty of times where he done went to work and then went straight to the strip club afterwards. I don't care. As long as there's communication there's communication and there's trust. I don't ever feel the reason. Please get out my house. Y'all see my status I put up today?
You need
the house is mine. The TV is mine.
Like you're secure in what you're doing in your relationship too. To be going out there too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
and on top of that, what somebody says is so true. There's nothing that I can do that's going to stop him from doing whatever it is. If he was to do something
exactly
that I can do, me calling him all the time. And this is something I want young ladies to understand. You calling him 1,010 times, you blowing him up, you smelling his penis when he come home, you following him, you stalking him, you looking at other girls' pages, you looking at other. None of that is going to stop that man from cheating on you if that's what he wants to do. So you might as well just live your life and let him live his, of course, within boundaries. But you might as well just go ahead and live your life. There is nothing, I'm telling you now, if he wanted to be out here doing what he was going to do, he was going to do it. And there is nothing
prime example
he can do.
Prime example.
Unless you the one out here that's sucking and
Okay.
I agree with that, Cliff.
Absolutely.
He said you need a friend who won't judge you and your mate for the problems you've been about. Never tell the friend who's always going to take your side in your beef in your relationship. And that's what I have friends that I have a friend that I vent to. She knows me and she knows my boyfriend. And even he has siblings that I will go and I will vent to because I don't feel that they're biased in a relationship. Do I know in the back of my mind that they're all about their brother? And that's their brother. I expect that from them. But they can easily say, well, you was wrong for this and he was wrong for that and you were wrong for this and he's wrong for that. I agree with that. But like Jalissa was saying, what'd you say, Jalissa? I was lost track.
I don't even know. What the fuck was I saying? I smoke a lot of greenage, so give me a second.
I do too. Yeah.
I don't even remember what I think I was saying. Wait, let me see.
Oh yeah, I was
saying about checking them about everywhere that they go. I don't have time for that. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't have time to be following behind. No,
I got 50,000 things to do.
Then we don't need to be together. It's just that simple.
Just check in and let me know that you're safe. I don't need to know your every move. I don't need to know what you're doing at every moment. And like Jalissa said, that's your response. You know you in a relationship. You know you in a relationship. You know what you're supposed to be doing. Because I don't do that shit. I barely go out. I barely do it. When I do, I go with the same people I always go with. Why? Because I trust them and he trusts them and he know that they ain't gonna let nothing happen to me and I'm not gonna let nothing happen to them. That's what it's about. I'm not checking with him every 20 minutes, blowing up his phone and da. I just want to know that you're safe. Especially with everything that's going on right now and everything that's been going on in the world. I just want to know that you're safe. That's my main concern. It's been times, it was prime example yesterday. My boyfriend goes out to the store. And he's like, oh, you want something for the store? I tell him what I need from the store. Because I'm working from home because I couldn't leave at that moment. And he calls me. I wasn't able to pick up. I call him back and he's not answering. Now I'm in full panic mode because I don't know what happened. When he walked through the door, I told him, what the hell? I'm sorry, my phone died, whatever. And subsequently, he went to go get the car fixed, which I had said to him earlier that morning, make sure you go get the inspection done on the car. You have an appointment today, Totally slipped my mind. But I told him, you need to make sure your phone is charged. Because anything could have happened to you. Right now, with everything that's going on, anything could have happened to you. I did not dig into his ass. I did not curse him or whatever. All right. Let me see the stickers. Yo, you got my stickers on my car. That's all I cared about. You safe?
I refuse to be one of those. Where the fuck was you at? And why I'm not doing that. First of all, I have a life.
To the table. What I bring to the table, and you know what I bring to the table. So
exactly.
ain't no reason for me to be sitting here worried about what you out here doing. I know you out here respecting me. If I'm dealing with you, of course you respect me because I'm not taking nothing less.
Let me tell you something. The town that I live in is so small, I will find out. Trust me. everybody know everybody.
This is the thing about it. You know what you got with me. You know the type of female that you got. I do any and everything. You really have little to do. You work, you contribute to the bills. I don't ask you to cook. I don't ask you to clean. I have no issue doing that because I want it done a specific way. And if it's not done that specific way and I have to go behind you and do it, I'm gonna be more pissed than just me doing it myself.
Right.
So you know that I'm loyal, I'm faithful. I if I'm friends with somebody, I bring them around to meet you or introduce you because there's no secrets or whatever. You know what you're risking. You know the risk what you're gonna lose. So if you want to take that risk and be stupid, by all means. But at the end of the day, I walk away with a clear conscience, knowing I did the right thing. It's your loss, not mine. That's why I tell people, if it gets to that point in your relationship and you know you've been doing the right thing, whatever, don't look at it. You're gonna be hurt. Yeah, I would be hurt if we broke up. But I could walk away with a clear conscience knowing I did everything that I was supposed to do. Not supposed to do, but I did everything I could in my power. I did my part. You decided to fuck up, not me. So it's gonna make me question myself, like, what did I do wrong? What could I do better? But then the other voices in my head gonna be like, bitch, you did what the fuck you supposed to do. You are. It's like 27 of them motherfuckers in there. Don't mind them. They don't come out too often.
Around because we human. You know what I'm saying? So I just as much as you want to have your time out and enjoy your personal time, I fucking do too.
Right.
I enjoy my me
I
time.
need my mental health day consists of me, myself, I, and the 27 people in my head. That's it. I can't do much for you. You know, don't expect much from me, but it's a minimum of once a month that I just need that time to myself because I need time to get myself together, to collect my thoughts.
My dog I use my dog just for an excuse to go for a walk.
Exactly.
So, all right, y'all. So we're running up here on about to end this because this is about to hit like 2 hours, and that's the max I can do here. Okay. But y'all want to wrap it up with something? I don't know. Want to wrap it up with something funny, something lighthearted?
I don't know.
It's a funny video. Do y'all remember? Y'all remember the YouTube video back in the day of the white girl and the white guy singing "Look at Me Now"?
Yes. She was going off, and I love it.
I love her so much. I can't even think of her name right now, but she's a whole key and a half. Before y'all go, I'm going to tell y'all watch this show called Legendary.
It's on Netflix.
Nah, it's technically on HBO Max, but they got the first episode up on YouTube or whatever. It's real good. It's like the ball scene. I've never been to a ball before, like a gay ball before, but like I know, like, you know, the voguing and stuff.
Yeah,
it was getting down. They was getting down. It was everything. That's a good show. And if y'all ain't watching 90 Day Fiance,
I tried.
Child.
Your comment about the no neck Ned.
No neck Ed.
Oh, girl.
No neck Ed. That shit had me in fucking.
I'm saying that she looked
like Weird Al Yankovic. Did you see Weird Al? Did you see
Weird Al? I seen that one too.
Yes, I saw that.
Y'all I got time for you racists today. I already got. Oh, I need somebody to help me with something because I got a few teachers I gotta fucking follow up on. But I done reported all y'all teachers that's racist all up in the comments. I done reported y'all to the schools, and I already got 3 emails back from human resources on 3 different people about the fact that they're gonna have a nice conversation with you guys. Because I'll be damned if y'all teaching that shit to our youth. So that's my part of the little revolution that we're having right now. I'm not playing no game. I'm not playing. Y'all not about to.
But on a lighter note, since the state is open back up, I'm going to see a chiropractor to get my back cracked. Okay. Yeah. See how that works out, because
you know it's a terrible idea, but I want to go. Oh no! Actually, so I am going to Charlotte. For the next couple days. Starting in like next week or whatever. Bitch, I'm going to Club Onyx.
Oh yes.
I'm so fucking excited. Bitch, I love strippers. They are such a good time. I love the strip club. It's a good time. Every time I go, the first strip club I went to is when I went to Miami. It was such a fun fucking time. I went to King of Diamonds. Well, it's G5 now, but I'm so excited.
Let me just say, when y'all took me to that strip club, Lord have mercy.
You went to strip club for my birthday.
Yeah,
Very intense.
Thank you, Eric. You have a good night too.
Very intense. That lady, that woman looked at me like I was a piece of meat, and it was enjoyable and uncomfortable at the same time. Like I didn't know how to feel about it.
Your entertainers, like that Jane is just
But she was like, she did not break eye contact, and I'm like,
oh my gosh, my dude was about to damn near break my fucking hand because this girl gonna come
no.
up and he ran out of money. He ran out of money, and the girl come up on stage, and he's like, somebody please give me. I'm like, oh my gosh.
We gave him some money. He said, I love y'all.
I gave him some money.
Super thirsty.
All right, good. Thanks for the advice.
Thanks for the advice. Thanks so much. So I know. Awesome.
What was the advice?
He said I'm in Charlotte,
and they be having a lot of like police over there by Club Onyx. I would assume so. It seems like a very, Black experience. So I would assume so. I would say that. So I would assume so. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited to do that. What's his name? Gotta go get his haircut. He has to go get his haircut like yesterday. Like my dude,
I've been asking your uncle
he gotta go get his
for like about a month now. Please let me wash and braid your hair and cut down the sides. You're not going anywhere but to work, and you wear a hat because you work in the freezer. Just let me cut your hair because I
You want to cut it all off again?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
And my hair is growing, but I gotta wash it and comb it out to show y'all. So I'm gonna send y'all pictures. But it's I think she growing. She getting there. She getting there.
Natural. My hair is all messed up right now, but I definitely just washed it out last night. Threw it under this bonnet.
Yeah.
That's what I did too.
Yeah.
I gotta comb out.
Thank you so much, everybody who did watched. Appreciate it. I'm thankful that it worked this time because this is literally like our third fucking time doing this. So, oh my gosh,
we will be here every Saturday.
The times may change, it may jump, but I'm gonna every time that I'll put it up on my YouTube to let y'all know like what time and stuff it'll start. But yeah, you guys get in the comments. Let us know what else it is that you would like for us to talk about. If there's anything next week you want us to talk about, whether it has to do with
you want a female perspective on something, you want some advice on something.
Let me say something. If you are a man and you want to jump in and have a conversation and put in your 2 cents, let me know. I have no problem throwing people onto this stream who want to pop in and say they 2 cents. Now you got to pop your ass out, but I'm gonna let you pop in and say your 2 cents, have a debate, and everybody could go home. So, yeah. So alrighty, y'all. Isis, Jamila, I will send y'all the link for this if y'all want to go back and watch it. So I'll send it to you.
All right.
And alrighty, thank you so much, guys. Everybody,
Good
thank
night.
you. Everybody else,
be safe.
Everybody be safe, right? Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. Black Power.
R.I.P. Breonna.